Hit the like and subscribe. Kobe fans ain't gonna like this one. Shaquille O'Neal, he stated, even if you switched Kobe with Tracy McGrady, he still would have won 3 rings with the Lakers, per the Big Podcast. Now, we'll get to his words in a second. Tracy McGrady sparked a lot of conversation where there was a huge argument on Gil's Arena, where Gilbert Arenas and Ron Artest and Kenyon Martin were trying to explain to Nick Young and Brenda Jennings, who were younger than them, of course, right, that there was a conversation between T-Mac and Kobe. They all played against them, right? They had the game plan against them. So trying to stop this dude was a problem. So there was a conversation between who's better between Shaq and Kobe. Excuse me, not Shaq and Kobe, T-Mac and Kobe. The caveat, though, is that Kobe Bryant actually benefited from playing with Shaquille O'Neal for 7-8 years, something like that. So you got one guy over here who's by himself. Second best players who Darrell Armstrong, who you young cats probably don't know who that is. And you got another guy that gets to play with Shaquille O'Neal, meaning he gets to play one-on-one while Tracy McGrady is getting double or triple teamed every night. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into Shaq's comments. All right, so here we have the Morris twins, Marcus and Markieff, and there was an overall debate over who's the greatest of all time. Not a debate, but a discussion over who's the greatest of all time. Let's go ahead and listen to this component because this is the part that has to deal with T-Mac.
Kobe cannot be the closest to Mike and not be top 3 greatest of all time. That doesn't even sound right.
T-Mac made a statement the other day, and I'm going to answer after you guys answer. He said, if you switch him and Kobe out, as far as playing with me, the outcome is the same. You agree or disagree?
No, you're not just saying you switching out with Kobe and you're going to be what Kobe was. That's not, yeah. I don't agree with
nothing
that.
Nothing away from T-Mac.
Great player.
Oh, you not Kobe.
Yeah. And that mentality too.
I might have to disagree.
I don't know though. You know what my difference mine is though, big fella, is the mentality. Like it was on, like that killer mentality, everybody didn't have that. Like he was a great player, don't get me wrong. But it was times that Mike and Kobe, I felt like that Mike gave Kobe something that nobody else would be able to even imitate and be able to like have that mentality. A lot of players no other players had it, really.
I agree with you saying, but I'm saying, I didn't look at it like that. That's why I like everybody's opinion. You don't think I could have won 3 with T-Mac? I think I could have.
Yeah, for sure.
T-Mac was a bad boy.
But then, but I don't
what about the 2 after
away
you left?
from that though.
T-Mac was a bad boy.
I feel like
time you put any of the
you could
top
say that
stars
about
on the team
outside
with
of
you.
T-Mac. You could say a lot of them. Put them next to you at that time.
Good point.
Right.
All right, what about Vince? Me and Vince.
I feel like
3 in a row.
I feel like people
it's
downplay Vince. They just think he a dunker. Vince was one of the most talented
he was,
players
yeah.
ever played.
I believe the same thing.
Actually, when he said that, a lot of people hit me, but T-Mac was a bad boy.
Yeah, for sure.
He was.
And I feel like even not saying it, it's just like Kobe just watching, playing in the league, and was a fan of, like, everybody watched T-Mac. Everybody knew how good T-Mac was. But if you asking a question about him or Kobe Bryant, what team they was on. If he, obviously everybody's path different, but like what Kobe has, it was only one other player that's the greatest player in the world has. Like they're the only 2 that has that.
So there you have it, the words of the Morris twins and Shaquille O'Neal. Now, I'm in the camp that Shaquille O'Neal definitely could have won 3 straight championships with Tracy McGrady. Kobe Bryant himself said, matter of fact, don't listen to me. So this is from the interview that Kobe Bryant did, fair use, ESPN, with Tracy McGrady. And they were talking about, they're coming up in the league together and stuff like that, their relationship. Listen to what Kobe said.
I always wish if I had one player to play with, it was this guy. Because he could do everything I could do, but he was taller.
You would have liked that too.
When I talk to kids about that, that's what I tell them. They ask about the hardest player I ever had to defend. I said, it's pretty easy. It was Tracy, because he could do everything I could do.
So you heard the man himself out of his own mouth. Don't argue with me, argue with Kobe Bryant. The man said out of his own mouth he could do everything I could do. He was just taller. Then you're going to have conversations like what the Morris twins said. Well, it's Mamba mentality, Mamba mentality. Y'all got to stop falling for that doggone marketing. Kobe Bryant, once Shaquille O'Neal left, missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. And when he made the playoffs in 2006, what did he do against the Phoenix Suns after blowing a 3-1 lead? He quit. He quit. So I don't want to hear about no quote unquote Mamba mentality. That's just a marketing tool that a lot of people have fallen for. The Mamba mentality, you know who has the Mamba mentality? James Harden. You know who has the quote unquote Mamba mentality? Kyrie Irving. A bunch of guys who are perennial playoff losers, aside from that 1 year for Kyrie, one of the best NBA final series you're ever going to see in your life. But after that, getting him away from LeBron James, trash. Trash in the playoffs. But yeah, that Mamba mentality thing, if you got a dude, MJ, I've never seen Michael Jordan quit in a basketball game. Not a playoff game for sure. Never seen him quit. He gonna empty the chamber. It doesn't matter what's going on around him. But you know what's funny? That was the norm for dudes back then. Reggie Miller was gonna go down shooting. That was normal. There wasn't nothing different that Michael Jordan was doing from what any other great player would do. You gotta try. You gotta persevere. That's the measure of being a man in general. It's not no thing. That wasn't a thing in sports where you're going to quit. If you got to quit, you would get shamed out of the doggone sport. That was unacceptable. But Kobe Bryant did that. He did. He quit against the Phoenix Suns. So I don't want to hear about his mentality being different. You telling me Kobe Bryant's mentally tougher than Magic Johnson or Larry Bird? He's not. He's not. Kobe Bryant tried to get traded multiple times from the Los Angeles Lakers because he had a roster around him that actually Tracy McGrady would probably love to have Lamar Odom and Caron Butler on a basketball team instead of playing with Darrell Armstrong and Drew Gooden as your best sidekicks. Being on the Houston Rockets, while you had Yao Ming, you had literally nothing around you in regards to playmaking and scoring. You had a very good defensive team, but they couldn't make a play without TMAC to save their lives. That team had Luther Head getting significant minutes as a point guard. And that's the difference between your legacy being up here and down here. If you swap these two dudes out, Kobe Bryant's career could have been extremely different. If the Lakers had actually traded him to the Chicago Bulls and the Bulls had given up Luol Deng, really think about this. The Chicago Bulls were, if they were willing to include Luol Deng in the trade to get Kobe Bryant would not have been on the Lakers. He would have been on the Chicago Bulls. And I can promise you, he wouldn't have won no back-to-back championships on the Chicago Bulls. But let me know what you guys think. Is Shaquille O'Neal correct? Could he have won 3 straight with Tracy McGrady? Or is Shaquille O'Neal, and I'll even include myself, are we tripping? Ain't no way in the world he could have won without Kobe Bryant. Let me know what you guys think and hit that like and subscribe. Till next time, I'm out.